Back in 2013, a movie came out of nowhere and just broke all the rules. It wasn't a sequel, it wasn't based on a comic book, and it had zero built-in audience. And yet, it became a massive global sensation. So today, we're going to break down the anatomy of a true modern masterpiece, Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity. Okay, let's just start with this number right here, because honestly, it's the key to the whole thing. $723 million. I mean, that's the jaw-dropping amount of money Gravity pulled in worldwide. A number that big, you just have to ask, how on earth did that happen? Seriously, think about it. An original, high-concept sci-fi film, basically a two-person play set in the most hostile environment you can imagine. How does that become a global blockbuster? Well, that's the puzzle we're putting together today. To really get why this movie worked so well, you gotta start with the story itself. And at its heart, Gravity is just this incredibly primal, super simple, and absolutely terrifying tale. It's just one person, adrift in the void, fighting for every single breath. So our story centers on these two characters. We meet Dr. Ryan Stone. She's a brilliant medical engineer, but it's her first time up there, and she is understandably nervous. And then you've got Matt Kowalski, the total opposite. He's the cool, charismatic veteran astronaut on his final mission. They're basically our only guides through all that infinite darkness. The way this plot unfolds is just relentless, and its genius is in its structure. It starts with this deceptive calm, just a routine mission, a normal spacewalk. And then, bam, absolute catastrophe. A storm of high-speed debris just shreds their shuttle, and suddenly they are completely cut off, stranded. From there, it's just a frantic struggle for survival. Their oxygen is running out, and they've got to find a way home. And then comes the ultimate horror. Dr. Stone is left utterly alone. She has to fight her own fear, her own inner grief, just to keep going. It all builds to this incredible, powerful climax, a moment of rebirth as she makes a desperate jump to a Chinese space station and then comes crashing back down to Earth. And this is where the movie is just so smart. See, the whole outer space setting wasn't just a cool backdrop. It was a metaphor, a perfect mirror for what was going on inside Ryan Stone's head. The physical isolation, the silence, the fear, it all reflected her emotional state. Her fight for air was really a fight for her own will to live again. It's this deep character study, brilliantly disguised as a high-octane thriller. So we've got this amazing, compelling, character-driven story. But the big question remains, how did that translate into a box office giant? Let's get into the numbers behind this high-risk, high-reward masterpiece. And this right here really shows you the gamble they took. On one side, the risk. A production budget of $100 million for a totally original idea. I mean, in an industry that's obsessed with sure things, that is a massive bet. But then, look at the reward. A staggering return of over $723 million. That's not just a win, that's hitting the jackpot. It was a wild bet, and man, did it pay off. And get this, it wasn't just a hit here in the States. Take a look at this chart. The international box office, that's the bigger bar, pulled in over $400 million. That's way more than the domestic numbers, which were already huge. It just goes to show you that core universal theme of survival against impossible odds, that's something everyone, everywhere, can connect with. And the success was explosive, like right out of the gate. That number, $55.6 million, that was just the opening weekend in North America. It completely shattered the record for a movie opening in October. October is usually considered a dumping ground for smaller films, but Gravity, it was a rule breaker from day one. All right, so we've talked about the powerful story, we've looked at the mind-blowing numbers, but beyond all that, what is the film's lasting legacy? Why are we still analyzing it all these years later? It really comes down to three huge things, three pillars of its legacy. First, the sheer technical wizardry. Its groundbreaking visual effects and immersive cinematography were so good, you literally felt like you were in orbit with them. Second, it was a massive victory for original storytelling. It was this powerful reminder that audiences are still hungry for new ideas. And finally, its record-shattering box office performance completely changed how studios think about release dates, proving a blockbuster can land literally anytime. And that leaves us with this final, thought-provoking question. Was Gravity just a beautiful, unrepeatable anomaly, a perfect storm of talent, technology, and timing, or Did it actually provide a blueprint, a proof of concept that audiences are still hungry for bold, original, and ambitious filmmaking on the grandest scale? The answer to that? Well, it may very well define the future of cinema.